graduating seniors. Alright, so I just want to begin by saying that I feel so lucky to be able to give a speech today to my best friend, Peter Pinto. I'm not sure that a speech that is all about Peter is something that his ego needs. But nevertheless, here we go. Peter and I have gotten to be very close this year, but we have not always been as inseparable as we are now. I remember the first time I really hung out with Peter was when Peter, Tyler, Nick Phillips, and I went to PHA for one of our social rehearsals, which we did because we weren't actually allowed to sing together for my first semester in the group. I was so nervous because I didn't really know anybody in the group, and my first social hangout was with 3 junior guys as a very shy freshman, so it was a little intimidating. Little did I know that these 3 junior guys would become some of my best friends in the group and at BC. Now, when I was getting ready to go, I clearly remember going back and forth between Peter and Tyler's Instagram profiles, desperately trying to remember who was who, so I could compare myself. Even though this dinner was one of my favorite parts of my first semester in the group, Peter and I still did not really become friends until much later. I can point to a specific moment where Peter and I were not just friends in the group, but became very close outside of the group as well. Sorry, not in like a weird way. We were standing outside Lower early this fall, and Peter goes, "Ellie, I took so many L's last night. I got rejected 3 times. To which I responded, "Wait, me too." We then spent our entire breakfast discussing in detail all of the L's we took, which became a running joke throughout the semester. But I'm going to spare both Peter and myself the embarrassment of describing these L's. While having conversations during meals, whether they be gossip or big debates about the education system or capitalism, are probably one of Peter's and my favorite pastimes. We also really connect over our love language being physical touch. Even though the Acoustics are a very huggy group, Peter and I take that to the next level, and are almost always hugging or cuddling with each other. In fact, the way that we interact with each other has even led to the question, wait, are the Berries and Cream Girl and Hercules guy fucking? I'm being asked after the Halloween show this fall. All jokes aside, the reason it may have looked like this is because Peter is one of the most supportive people I know. He knew I was nervous for our show that night and was by my side supporting me throughout our entire performance. Peter has truly seen me at my worst, or what we like to call a fat L, as well as my best. He will offer to stop doing work whenever I need to talk something through with him. He will also respond with exactly the reaction I need when I have something to tell him, no matter how big or small it is. I genuinely have no idea what I'm going to do next year when I don't have Peter to talk to about every single detail of my day. In addition to being incredibly supportive, Peter is also the most confident man I've ever met in my life. If I ever tell Peter he looks good, he responds with, "I know," rather than responding with, "Thank you," like a normal person. I also did not realize that Peter's ego could get any higher until he participated in Strip Mod. When he had the entire school screaming and cheering like that as he stripped off his pants and shirt. Not sure who let that happen. It's also very easy to know when Peter's nearby. He's either whistling something or speaking very loudly because, as we all know, Peter has no volume control. Finally, I've never seen someone with as big of a work hard, play hard mentality as Peter. During the day, he's grinding out his crazy long thesis in Hillside. Congrats on almost finishing that, by the way. But come Thursday rehearsals, he somehow manages to convince every single senior to go out with him to Lansdowne or Loretta's afterwards. It's a rare opportunity to be able to give a speech to a friend about how much they mean to you, but I want to take this opportunity to tell you, Peter, how lucky I feel to have met you, and I think all of the Acoustics would echo this sentiment. You are one of the kindest, funniest, caring people I know, and this group is so much better off because of you. I think we all wish we could have had you for longer in the group to show off more of the incredible talent that you have and to keep spirits high with your lovable energy. However, we are so excited to see you thrive and get rich after college doing investment banking at UBS. Thank you so much for making such a big impact on my life and as part of the Acoustics. I love you.